that's doing what it is. All right. Should be okay. And it looks like so far everything is good. Oh, let me check the bit right here. Do. This one shows okay, and YouTube shows okay too. Stream is healthy. The YouTube stream health stuff is completely horrible. It sucks. But it is what it is. I think we are good. I think we're good. Yeah, we're solid.
Solid.
Let me just get the Nightbot in here for a moderation purposes. Manage the chat that way. And go to his... Where is his little settings? There. Okay. I have everything that I need up in front of me to manage this stream. Do you want me to send you a link?
Yep.
For everything? Okay. So, let me go ahead and start with this. Love the pre-lobby. Gotta love the pre-lobby. Oh, don't want to play copyrighted shit. That would be fucking bad. I can play my own shit though. Y'all gonna have to fucking excuse the fucking explosions behind me. God, they're getting worse, man. They're getting bigger. It's not even like close to time yet. There's the first one.
So we're like pretty live, huh?
We're all the way live, baby.
Yo! Nobody's watching yet, but just to kind of get myself in the rhythm of things. Yo! SnoozeCast New Year's special, baby.
Hell
Let me go ahead and get this link copied in here.
Go to that one real quick and let me know if that one sends you to the actual... It should send you to the video.
Yeah. One viewer. It's me.
Gotta keep it up there for that, keep yourself in there to bump the stats, you know what I'm saying?
Just go on your phone and watch it too. It's like, we have
We've got like 7 people watching. I don't know. Usually I have like my laptop on so that way I can actually, because it acts as like a third monitor for me. But it also, you know, bump the stats, you know what I'm saying?
Totally.
So.
Copy, go on the Facebookies. All right. Paste. Come on. Boop.
Waiting on loser.
And then this other one, what's the oh, that's YouTube. Okay, cool.
Yeah, YouTube and Twitch. 2 different ones. So whichever one you prefer people to go to. Either one.
I'm just gonna post both of them, to be honest. To be real.
Whichever one people have access to.
Yeah. Eventually you guys will see my face and not just the top of my head.
Let me go get rid of this ball cam because we don't need that yet. Unfortunately, we're still a hot second away from the actual ball drop. Although not too far away. Still got an hour and 20 minutes approximately. So happy New Year. New Year's Eve, I should say. Happy New Year's Eve, Colton.
Happy New Year's as well to you, young Nathaniel.
How are you feeling going into the new year?
Feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty thick as well. Not gonna lie. Pretty I feel like an ice cream sandwich.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been raining all day, so I've kind of just been in a chill, kind of I'm gonna take a nap kind of mood.
Having a hard time staying up staying up this late.
Yeah, I'm an old man in that regard.
Yeah, I'm about the same way when it comes to how I'm feeling, because it snowed today, and it's just kind of been like overcast, so it's just kind of been like a gloomy day today for the most part here.
That's what I don't know. That's like my least favorite weather. It's just gloomy and cold. Like if it's gonna snow,
Cold.
just fucking go for it and snow. Like don't be a bitch about it.
Yeah,
you
we
know?
get that like weird half snow today where it was like it snowed for the first part of the morning, and then it just what's the word that I'm looking for? And then it melted. I struggled to find the word melted, but then it just melted away towards the end of the day. So, but I didn't go any. Sure. I didn't go anywhere. Just stayed here, chilling, taking it easy. Balling.
Yeah, same. That's what we're doing. We're chilling, everybody. We are very much chilling. So, yeah, this is up on. Posted the link on the Facebookies. But yeah, we're on. Woo! Yeah, for those tuning in, I don't know. Nate's probably the one that could see those kind of metrics, or see those numbers. Let's see. Did it actually work? We're about to find out. Okay, so mine posted. That's cool. Okay, got that. Perfect. Cool. Cool beans. I'm gonna get one going on the Twitters. The tweeters.
You're going all out.
Tweeters.
Going all over the platform.
Oh yeah.
All over the internet.
Dude, we're everywhere. This is what happens when you're trying to post everywhere, but it's just like so many social medias to keep track of. It's just kind of like, wait, what? I have to go here too? Oh fuck! Oh shit!
Yeah, Isn't there some sort of app that you can use that post to all the media at the same time, or?
I think so.
Is that was that just like a fever dream that I have? I remember some sort of tool like that earlier on when I was doing YouTube much more full time.
No, there has to be. I'm almost positive there is, because I've seen too many people.
It's literally like copy pastes. Yeah.
Like where it just you post on one thing and then just distribute it, which kind of gets tricky because you're letting one app kind of just have all-time access to other apps that have information that has access to your phone. And then, boom, we lead down the rabbit hole of all these...
Calm down there, Alex Jones. It's not that bad.
See, edit. Let's see. Dare I go Instagram Live? No, I'm just kidding. Oh, man. Yeah, hang in there with us. We're doing our best. Let's see.
Trying to do our best. This is a new one. This is a new one for me for doing an actual like podcast, I guess, sort of a thing live. I need to swing this around. But I guess welcome to the end of a new year, or end of an old year and into a new one. The time where everyone lies about their future goals and plans on how to obtain them, and give it 3 months and no one will get anywhere. We'll be right back where we started. Hell yeah. No, I think
bottom, we still here.
I think this year, this coming New Year's might actually be a little bit different, just because of how 2020 has really gone for a lot of people. I think it's been motivational, I guess, for a lot of people to sort of like rethink their,
life choices.
Yeah, and then actually be able to start changing habits before the new year, so they're already progressing, and now they're into the new year, and that just it's like reinforcing habits that they're already trying to get themselves to do. So they're not starting these habits, they're just reinforcing, so they'll continue on. And who knows, maybe it'll help a lot of people out throughout the year 2021. I'm feeling more positive about 2021 than I am about 2020. However, I think 2021 is still going to be a very difficult year by every standard.
The first 6 months is still going to be basically a continuing bit because
I'm thinking more along the lines of like 9 months.
I think at that point it's just not going to be a good year. Like at that point,
well,
like when the majority of the year is not going to be good, then it's just not going to be a good year, even if you have like a fine,
Well, I don't think it's going to be a good year. I think when it comes to years, it's going to be less than average. But I think the first 9 months are definitely going to be the hardest, and then the last 3 might be a little bit easier. But it kind of just depends on what happens the first 3 months. The 3 months will dictate the other 6 to come, I think. But we'll see. I'm going to try to stay optimistic, but I'm not going to hold my breath.
One day I'll have all these posted. Dude, we need... Man.
I'm telling you, there's a tool out there for it.
No, I know that, but also there's another way people go about it. They basically have teams. Like most podcasts that I watch and like listen to, bro, it's like an operation of multiple people.
They have like 3 sound guys, a fucking like 4 cameramen,
camera people,
a director,
they handle social media. Yeah, dude. But this thing, it's a 2-person operation.
This also is going to feel much more, I guess, organic in a way, because the other ones feel professional, and that's just a result.
That's easily avoidable, especially if you have like minds. Like that's easily avoidable, I think,
to a certain degree. But there's only so much that you can do with the equipment at offering. Like there's restrictions, but where there's restrictions, there can come creativity, I think.
Yeah, I suppose. Anyway, well, now that we're into it, we're in it. We're doing the streamies. It's every live stream that my hair decides to just not look great. So this is what we're rocking with.
That's why I wear a hat. Literally every live stream I do, or like even if I like record video, there's another bomb. Every single time I've like made a video or done a live stream, I will wear a hat because my hair just cannot cooperate at all. Oh, the boy left. The motherfucker. Also, I like your PJs. Oh my fucking god. Ah.
Anyway, so I'm here because I gotta go for that messy look. I'm like, oh yeah, he's a wild person. He's a wild son of a bitch. But also not too messy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, gotta make sure. Like half homeless.
Yeah.
Like not to the point where you're living, like living in your car homeless, not living on the street homeless.
Dude.
You're riding the line.
One time I got locked out of my apartment in Idaho, and I was like, shit, well, I'm locked out. And I attempted. It was like November too, which can get cold. It's not always the coldest, but it definitely can.
It can get pretty cold.
And yeah, so I tried to just sleep in my car. That like wasn't working. Ooh. So I couldn't like turn it on and like turn on like heat or anything.
Yeah, that's
I'll just try sleeping in my car until my roommate gets, because he was like off like out of town, or like wasn't either that or like at work far away or something. It's not available until the following morning. So I'm like, all right, well, here we go. So I give it a try. And bro, it was so cold. And that day, of course, was one of the days where I was like just a t-shirt and some basketball shorts because like it's kind of like, you know, it was when I was working my call center job. So
Yeah.
it definitely was a good not a good wardrobe situation. I was just kind of freeze my tits.
Yeah, that has got to be the absolute fucking. That's at that point I would have just been like knocking on the neighbor's door. Hey, look, I'm locked out of my apartment and I don't want to sleep in my car tonight. It's freezing fucking cold.
Dude. I'm too like I don't want to bother you guys. I'm gonna just. Here's what I did though, because I did give it a try. I literally was in there for like 45 minutes. Like I super tried, but it was like the cold just kept me awake. I was like, well,
did you like turn the car on and at least turn the heater on or something? Like go out for a quick
that's what I was
drive.
saying. It didn't work.
It didn't turn on. Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's a million times worse.
I basically just was like, all right, cool. I didn't have a whole ton of money, so that's why I didn't like want to be like, oh, let's fucking go get a hotel for one fucking night, which I ended up having to do because it's too cold. I was like, so I walked. It was like around. And actually, no, it was October because it was before Halloween, and the front desk at the hotel had Halloween candy.
Yeah.
It was pretty lit though. Like, I was thinking on the positives, and I was in the hotel, and I was like, man, this is a pretty nice room. Like, not gonna lie, it's pretty lit. I'm just kind of in here, and I'm like, but also I'm just kind of like, fuck, like, spent 120 goddamn dollars.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but you had to fucking pay money, like already on top of rent, which was absurdly high. Even for that time period, I would say rent was still pretty high. But it probably hasn't changed too much for that apartment complex.
Well, my first lease was actually super like it was so cheap that I can't even like fathom like for 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom, the entire bit was $750. Like the entire apartment.
The whole apartment?
Yeah.
I think that was the same amount that Garber and Eric paid.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I think that's the same amount that they paid.
And then it went up to like $875 over time. Like,
yeah,
I believe that's the highest it got.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure, if not potentially more. Well, yeah. So there's that, right? Anywho, so let's get into some stuff. Now that it's official in terms of stimulus checks rolling out, a lot of people have been getting their monies, and for me, I should be getting it deposited because that's how I got my tax return, and also that's how I got the first stimulus thingy.
Yep. That's exactly how it's supposed to go. Is if you had the first check deposit, the direct deposit, then they're basically doing the same thing as it was last time, except it's half the amount of last time.
Yep. And
which that's like a double slapper. Dude, it's like
it's such a fucking it's such like just a fuck you to people that make this fucking place work, like it's oh fuck you, we're gonna sit in our salary jobs and fucking they only work for probably over the course of a year, a combined month maybe, but they're not really working, they're just kind of attending meetings and voting on shit. Like it's fucking. Especially Emperor Palpatine, Mitch McConnell. Dude.
Yeah, it's the whole Congress it's upsetting to see. It's not like they didn't force everybody to stay inside for what was it, 2 months, 3 months? The lockdowns? We were in.
Well, it depends on the state.
Yeah, it was differing on state. Ours was
on average a month, unless you're Florida. Florida's the only state that just didn't do anything.
Yeah, Florida was open the whole time.
If you go there, it just doesn't exist.
Laws don't exist in not California. Laws don't exist in Florida. It's anarchy over there. Now for us, it was I think it was 1 month or 2 months. No, I think it was 2 months or a month and a half.
Well, it was 1 month. And probably I don't know, probably 1.5 months. But then also there's kind of that period of time where people were still kind of unsure, like are we locked down or like what's our deal?
Yeah,
Like
it
what's our
was.
situation? So people still
Yeah.
kind of like was in that mode for a while after even.
Well, and we
But dude,
had some pretty big anti quarantine, anti like mask stuff during the early
oh yeah.
days too.
I mean, and I'll be honest, like until it was a requirement, like for probably the first 2, 3 weeks of lockdown, like I didn't wear one, like in stores or like in public. I mean, I didn't really go out, so I was just kind of like, like I don't have any, and I need to get some food, and yeah, I'm just gonna go home. Like, I kept away from people as is, so I just at the time was kind of like, man, whatever. But
Yeah.
now, of course, that there's rules, since I follow rules, I follow
Yeah, it took
rules.
them a long time to actually like put any sort of rules for us here in Idaho. And I remember it was like 3 weeks before we actually had, or like it was like 2 or 3 weeks before, after like the first like big like shock, like national shock, which was in March, I think. It was like 2 weeks after that when the governor actually finally made a statement about it, where there's like, oh, we're gonna start working on laws now. 2 weeks later, it was such a mess, dude. The whole like first half of the year, it was such a nightmare. The first 2 months, were really all over the place because like what we started the year of 2021 with
What do you mean?
with sorry 2020 fuck God damn. We started the year 2020 with World War III, wasn't it? Wasn't that the top
Yeah,
meme of January was World War III? Yeah, everyone was worried about World War III because it had something to do with
we bombed
North Korea.
someone and they were upset, and
Was it
we're
us
like,
bombing, or
"Fuck you."
I thought it had something to do with North Korea?
No, no, no.
Oh, okay. Well,
Like
then
we took out
that's how much
some
I know.
person. Yeah.
Oh, and then February rolled around. What happened in February?
Well, like late January is I think when Kobe died. So that was pretty big.
I think that
Yeah.
was
Well,
yeah. That's what was settled in February.
dang.
Rolled into February,
Just like the
and
helicopter rolled into the mountain. Bow, bow, bow. Sorry. Well, here's the thing, guys. There's not a lot of bigger fans of Kobe Bryant than me, but my coping mechanism is just comedy. So something traumatic and sad. Well, I wouldn't say like traumatic, but like something sad, like deeply sad that made dude, I was like super depressed for like a week.
it
And then I
was.
still like
I remember there was all the buildings in the downtown area were like lit up with the purple and gold. Well, gold you can't really like shine gold into the
well,
sky.
I
Yellow,
know.
but yeah.
But dude, yeah, I was just kind of I was straight bummed for quite a while. And then even still I'll just kind of see something or everywhere I look I see his face. No, I'm saying.
Yeah, it was like
Sorry,
it's really what was really interesting was like the calm before the storm because I remember like walking around downtown and it was like during that time period and everyone it was just like that mood of sadness around that time period, and then right after that, boom, COVID hits. Like it starts
well, it was
accelerating at the end
developing.
of it had been developing in January and February. In February, it started to pick up pace in the U.S. and then nothing happened in March until like the very end, and then
My
March.
birthday is when they shut down.
Oh yeah, that's totally right. You didn't go? Did you go with us when we went to Winco that night?
I don't think so.
No, 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 no. Yeah, I think it was me and Garber. Dude, Winco that night was actually it was insane. There was that store was a mess. That first night, right before the lockdowns, that store was thrashed. There was pasta all over the floors and the aisles and like cans that were just like rolling around.
Dude,
People
fucking
had like
animals, man.
yeah, people had
Fucking
like
people
taken the
know.
actual like bins out of like the bulk section. They'd like taken the actual like bags out of the bins. they were that desperate. They just took the bag after it was like at a certain level, after so many people had gone through them. They were just taking the bags out and taking them with them. It was insane. It was actually fucking insane to see. And then what was really interesting was that people left some seriously good food, like just hanging around. Like ramen was hardly touched, which really surprised me. Fucking like all like the canned vegetables were hardly touched at all. Also, like obviously the top ones like peas and green beans, like the plain peas and the plain green beans, that those were all gone. But like all like the medleys and stuff like that, oh no, all those were still there, and corn. But like it was like all the fresh produce was just like wiped out, and like all the bulk stuff was gone, mess everywhere.
Also, for no reason, toilet paper.
Oh yeah, and then I remember, all the people hoarding toilet paper that time too. Thank goodness we had I think we had some reserve. I think at that point, I think we had
dude. Garber was like the designated toilet paper buyer.
Yeah,
without like really being given that role, he just kind of kept buying it, and I was like, all right, cool. I'm just like gonna not.
Well, I think we had like one big toilet roll set right before it hit. I think it was just the luck of the draw sort of a thing. Like we didn't really know when we were going into lockdown. It's like, oh, well, might as well get one package, 1 or 2 packages. That way we have some.
Dude, he always grab like the big boy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why you don't have to worry about paper. No, like, I do too. Like
I bought one. It's so crazy.
Now we've become the thing that we hate the most.
No, dude. Well, here's the thing.
Survival of the fittest now, man.
Dude, since I've lived here, I've only purchased one bag, or like, what do you even call those? Like, it's not a box, cases. But it's also not a bag.
It's a case. I call them a case, yeah.
Well, sets. I don't know. None of them work. Like, I say any of them, and for some reason, they just don't work. What is it?
Yeah, you're right, though. It's not a case because it's not in, like, an actual box.
You can't open and close it. You just open it, and it's open.
Yeah. One sack.
And it's not a container.
A sack of toilet paper. I don't fucking... I don't know.
Anyway, so I got one pack. That's what it is. It's a pack. Dude.
But see, pack doesn't mean the big ones, I would imagine. I think a pack would be like one of the smaller ones.
A big pack. That makes sense.
You got one of the big packs? Okay, yeah, all right. I can see that.
Give me the endorphins enough to feel like.
Or like one of the 24 pack. You have to use like the number. I got one of like the 30. I got like one of the 36 or 48 packs.
But yeah, I got one pack, and I have barely even. And also, my Nana, she gave me some as I was passing through Roswell. So like, I think she gave me like between 6 and 8 rolls. And I bought this pack, and I haven't even gone close to like getting through it.
No, yeah, same.
Like 3 months, or no, 4 months. Yeah, 4 months.
Yep, about the same here. Like I had, let's see, towards the end of our lease, right before we moved out of the house, my mom had gotten me one of the big like 48 roll packs of toilet paper. I'm gonna be stuck on that now. It's gonna sound so fucking weird to me. Of toilet paper, and we've barely been eating through that. Like our cupboard in the hallway for like bathroom supplies is completely full of toilet paper and paper towels. We weren't one of the early hoarders. We were one of the late adoption of the hoarder mentality. But
that's how it be.
At this point, I saw at Albertsons actually last time I was there. That they had like, those like tubs of like antibacterial wipes, like the really generic looking ones in the white tubes.
Yeah.
So they had those on sale because they were so overstocked on them. They had them for like, what was it? Like 79 cents a bottle. Like ridiculously cheap. Ridiculously cheap because they were so overstocked because it was like a flash panic. That's what was really interesting. It was like over in a day. People were freaked out, went completely ballistic, trashed all these stores. So all these stores were like, well, we got to order all this stuff because people are going to be panicking for a little while. And it was like gone the next, that people returned back to like some sort of normalcy after like a day. You know?
Yeah.
It was like their one mental breakdown of the decade, and they were like, "We gotta get the toilet paper."
Lost their shit. Well, yeah. Back on to Palpatine.
Mm.
So what's funny though is how outspoken the, I guess, still technically current president Trump is in regards to, because at first when I see him being like, all right, well, these need to be increased to $2,000, and at first you're kind of, a lot of people are skeptical. It's like, all right, well, what are we doing here? Whose skeleton are you trying to hide in the closet? But I think it's become interesting because he's remained in that stance, and he is, along with, he's become an unlikely, like who used to be foes, Bernie Sanders, are now very
I saw all the memes.
Like, allies in a weird way, and even specifically Bernie Sanders acknowledged, like, like, this is actually astonishing to say, but like Trump is right about this in terms of, like, getting the $2,000 check, and Sanders wants that vote to get on the Senate floor and all that stuff, and he even acknowledges, like, hey man, I don't, like, just give us a vote, like, don't, I don't think it's a guaranteed win or whatever it may be, but just give us a vote, don't just not. And then what's good though, what Sanders apparently, and this is where my knowledge of politics and how it really works flies out the window, but he I guess has the ability, I guess, to influence or, like, basically hold up some type of military related bill that, like, Republicans are trying to get done, or defense bill, because Republicans are very pro defense and spending all the money there, pro military, and Bernie Sanders like, yeah, fuck you, like, if you don't do this, and I'll hold it up, and, like, it still may go through on that end, but he'll do everything he can to stall it and make them wait. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck yeah. Like, I've never really been crazy about Bernie Sanders, just because, like, a lot of, his ideas just seems not like crazy exactly, but just so sometimes like radical a little bit, and also just kind of shifting something that we've had set in a certain way, shifting so far in a different direction. It just kind of makes you feel unsure of how it would work exactly, or how it'd pan out.
Right.
But yeah, recently I'm just kind of like, you know what? Hell yeah, go get him, Bernie.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I've been following the political theater a little bit more closely now, especially with the whole. I mean, obviously, I am when they say, "Oh, I could be getting money," right?
Of course, dude.
That means I'm
like,
going to be enticed,
bro.
That's a lot of money.
Like,
man, that's a good chunk of change. That's like
it's doable. It's like, it's so preposterous that this fucking old, slime ball piece of shit is just like, oh, we're just gonna.
It's kind of a misunderstanding on the whole floor. Mitch McConnell is definitely 100% doing some real skank work over there, but it's just a general, in my opinion, it's just a general, like, misunderstanding of what the checks are supposed to do, and, like, the language that they're using to justify it. And so really, I think they're just playing, they're both just playing on both sides of the aisle. They're just both playing political games. It's for, like, news and media, but that's just me. I lost hope with the 2,000 check after, like, week 2 of them talking about it. I was just like, this there's no way. There's no way. I got my hopes up for a little bit after it passed the House. I was like, oh shit. This might actually go. And then it got denied in the Senate. And I was like, okay, yeah, this is where it's over.
Where it all falls apart.
We did get the 600 though. I haven't gotten mine yet. Have you gotten yours?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Check. I get it tomorrow.
I mean, I would be surprised if you got it. Honestly, they, like, shipped them out Tuesday night.
Yeah.
So
some people have.
Some very, very few have, but the lucky few, they are.
So, just out of curiosity, how would they do it if, like, what? Because they're still trying to like repeal and amend, like, kind of work on it just being 2000 instead. So, would they do like 600 and then 1400
No,
after?
yeah, that's
Or
exactly how they would do it. They would because the 600 is always is already for sure. The
right,
2000 is just an amendment to to that bill, and because it amends that bill, the sum would have to equal a total of 2000.
right.
So it would be a $1,400 bonus essentially.
Can you imagine they like have like missed like a detail and then we just get fucking $2,400 or
Could you
$2,600?
could you imagine we
Dude,
get
that would be
like
fucking. I would literally,
they miss a
I would
zero,
buy,
so we only
literally
get like
make
20 grand.
add a zero. Dude, well, here's the thing though.
We'll
Like,
just give you a year's worth of pay essentially.
we know just printing money like doesn't like really work. It will cause problems. But the money that we do have in our fucking reserves and stuff, that is something that can be given back to people, and people would just use that to, again, it's like this is a play on words or something. Stimulate the economy.
It's more complicated than that though, because we don't have the money. We never did. From day one, from the first stimulus check, we never had the money. That's the way the whole like quote unquote stimulus works is an absolute rabbit hole to go down. I highly encourage looking into it because
No.
it is such a mess on how they're supposed
Rabbit
to
hole
get
of
this
high
through.
performance cars, and I'll let you know when I get out of that one.
You're stuck on the supercars,
Dude, yeah.
like all the new ones coming out and stuff like that.
The what?
Like all like the weird BMW concept cars and shit like that. Have you seen the one that's
Actually,
like
no.
no?
Not like newer ones. Not like newer ones, because those are like just so beyond like it's just so like unfathomably expensive and like just kind of. I like what I've been into is just older cars that have just been souped up and flipped.
Oh, you're talking sleepers. You've been into
Yeah,
sleeper cars. Yeah.
wait, like, because to me, like a sleeper, and again, car people are probably
They are
divided on this.
fucking going
Are
insane out there. Sorry.
are to me a sleeper would be like a car that like looks like mine, very plain, very average, but in the inside, completely fucking juiced up to the gills. Is that would you say that's an accurate description?
Both. Sleeper is just a general term for any car that looks slow but is fast. That covers the entire spectrum right there. Like if you put like a Chevy V8 in one of those like Fiat 500s, that's a sleeper still. As long as you make it look like it's stock, that's the key ingredient. It has to look as stock as
Right.
possible.
And for me, I like all the modified, like the fucking modified.
Oh, you like the body? You like the Fast and Furious type shit.
Yeah, dude, bro. Dude, I want to go to like, and I've been like looking up car shows in Texas and just being
I like
dude,
2008 type shit. Hell
oh
yeah.
yeah, bro, absolutely.
Hell
Because
yeah.
because a lot of those projects that you see that you see pictures of, like that's like someone's. A lot of the times, it's like either a person or a group of people. That's like I wouldn't say like their life's work, but it's
I'm
like
pretty darn
in
close.
terms of like their training and knowledge, that part of it, like that's their life's kind of knowledge and that's their life's
Yeah.
work.
It's a
And it's cool to
demonstration of
see
their
it.
skills.
Yeah, and again, you can it's I don't know, it's just another form of art to me because you can see someone's like style through a design or
Yeah.
my fucking throat. All right, cool. I'm just gonna get
I know.
some
I
water.
drink a whole thing of water and I'm still thirsty somehow. Like my lips are still dry. I'm going into 2021 dehydrated as absolute fuck. But you probably have better water over there. Or how is the water quality out the faucet?
It's probably not great, but you know, here we are.
Does it have mild hints of chlorine
No,
and arsenic? Maybe maybe a tad bit of lead?
All right. Hopefully, I don't die. So anyway, switching back to cars. Now that we've covered our stimulus stuff, so congrats everyone! Happy New Year! This is SnoozeCast. You get $600 and you'll like it. Just kidding.
I mean, 600 is better than nothing, but like it's still it's like blue balling, man. He's like, "Yay, we get you 2,000." No, we're not gonna get you 2,000. You're 600.
Someone made the point, and I would have to remember it, but it's
hard.
Derek's Some Black Guy. It's a YouTube channel, so go ahead and check out Some Black Guy on YouTube. He made a very interesting point. Actually, no, it was on a podcast that he does with Chris Reagan called The Snark Tank. So check that out. When you came. But anyway, so he made an interesting point about how, in a way, nothing would be better. Because like on paper, obviously, more money is better than zero. Like, you know.
Yeah.
But when it said, I was like, in a way, I can understand what he means, but I can't fucking remember what he said. But anyway,
did it revolve around like 600 being better than nothing, or like 600 being worse than nothing?
I'd have to go back and So yeah, I'd have to go back and listen to what he said, because it was something along the lines of, if they say like you can chop up nothing and like $0 to like that, I don't know, them not figuring it out in time, and like shutdown had to happen, and but then like the 600 part is like, well, you're just being greedy bitches. Or he made some point, and I can't fucking remember for the life of me what it was, on like why it would make more sense if he would rather just be like, you know what, just fucking like, I'd rather have nothing from you fucking assholes than you feel like, kind of it comes from like a disrespect. It's like, I'd rather take nothing than just be fed scraps in a kind of.
I can kind of see the idea,
like a pride thing. Like,
yeah,
obviously, like for me, like again, and he kind of circled around like, by the way, whatever, give me $600. But at the same time, it's just kind of like, the feeling of being fed scraps by the government and being like, oh, here you go, here's some scraps and you'll like it, is just a shitty feeling.
Yeah, well, especially after like, because you got the $1,200 check. We all got most people got the $1,200 check in between the months of, what was it, March through April. Was it April?
Yeah.
I thought they passed the bill in March.
No, yeah, like it passed like late March.
Oh yeah, but people started getting it in April. I know what you mean. Yeah. They got them in like from like April to July or August. Actually, some people still didn't even get them.
Yeah, my mom only got hers like a couple weeks ago.
They're still getting. There's the 1,200 is still coming in. But yeah, they go from like $1,200 to $600 in the matter of like 8 months. It's like a huge slap in the face. After like 8 months. It's like, oh yeah, well, yeah, they need help. $600, that'll help. Like, it's so disconnected from reality on what $600 really does for you. It doesn't do anything. Like, exactly. That's like half a rental payment. Half.
Yeah, for some people, like,
I'd say for a good portion of people, like, rent is ridiculous these days.
Just thinking hopeful and trying to remain positive. 2000, like, I could at least start, because here's the thing: most people should have the ability to have an emergency like fund, or like not fund. What do they call it?
Savings.
Like, reserve, like a reserve, emergency savings.
Everyone should have a Federal Reserve.
Everyone should have their own individual Federal Reserve.
Everyone should have their own centralized banking system that they operate with their own currencies.
My girlfriend just told me about how you can look at the back of your Social Security card and something how like you could take money from the reserve and technically use it. I mean, the check would eventually come back that you write, and then you get arrested, obviously. But like, she was telling how like
forging the signature,
something like that, where you write up a check and again, it pulls money out of the reserve, and it gets whatever paid. Like for example, like for some people, I guess she said had done like paying off a student loan or something, and or
What?
I don't know if that happened or if
Hold
it's
on.
something that like
I need to look this up.
we were theorizing like, well, you could pay a student loan, and the
Um,
worst that would happen is you get like a couple years in jail, and but your fucking student loan is gone, and like you paid it off technically. So it's kind of like, and kind of, talking about how student loan will like just follow you for the rest of your life, kind of situation, and
mhm.
even if you're bankrupt, like you'll still have that to pay, like so. I don't think it was a thing that actually happened, but just something that could have, or I don't know, like something.
I'm taking a look and seeing what I can find. Former college financial aid director sentenced for a social security number misuse.
Oh,
What?
that might be
That was
it.
from 2015.
Yeah.
Was sentenced by the U.S. District Court chief to 1 year and 1 day in prison. A restitution hearing was scheduled for June. In November 20, pleaded guilty to mail-in wire fraud. What? 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 This is crazy.
Oh, by the way, Happy New Year, everyone! It's a new year in New York.
Did we miss it already?
Yeah. It's 12:20.
There's no fucking way.
It is.
Oh my god, you're right.
We're,
How
we're
the
just talking.
fuck did we miss that?
Fucking ADHD, Bren.
I'm gonna pull up the ball.
That's been dropped already.
Yeah, it's been dropped, huh? Well, my timer's off then by a fucking hour. That's what you get.
Oh,
That's what you get when your timer's in minutes and not hours. There you go. I mean, it's gonna replay in about a few minutes, probably for the next half hour.
for sure, for sure.
So I guess we're gonna go until your New Year's. So
Hell yeah.
rolling through. God damn.
Damn. All right.
How the
But no,
fuck did we miss that?
here's one I want to like expand on,
Hmm.
and chat a little bit more about. It's so I was telling you, I watched the movie Fast and Furious, the first one,
Hmm.
and that one really stands out among all the entire series because like it's the original one, and that type of movie they tried to replicate it in the second one, but they like, it was Paul Walker's, and uh, it was like a totally different story. Like it was kind of off somewhere else. Like he wasn't like
Hmm.
we went like to like Florida or something. All right, Whew. All
You
right.
know that explains all of the explosions that were happening outside the window earlier.
Yeah.
Why there were so many. Although there'll probably be a whole bunch more when it becomes 12 a.m. my time.
Oh yeah.
It'll
Yeah.
be absolutely
Absolutely.
fucking lit.
It's close here. So it's gonna be glasses
Oh
out.
yeah, your whole webcam is just gonna start showing all these different colors. It's just gonna be like bright blues and reds coming in from your fucking windows and shit.
So I watched the movie, right, and I'm like thinking, man, this whole underground kind of racing scene and all these cars, all these custom made cars, like, damn, like that would be cool. And I was like, the one car that I want desperately, and of course, obviously, with all like copied from the movie, exactly. Well, there's three that I really like, but the one that I want is that fucking white Volkswagen Jetta. Dude, that car, man. It to me looks so fucking dope.
You know how much
Now,
money people would fucking dump on cars way back 2008 when that sort of scene was a thing? For that sort of work, for like the body kits and the
I would say
paint
it's
work.
peak, but it definitely has been a thing much before that. But I would say
Yeah.
it's peak probably around then,
But you know how much money that some of those people would spend?
like 15, 20 grand probably.
No. Not close. People would spend upwards of 50 to 100 grand sometimes for some of like the big shows of that current generation money.
Yeah.
which is insane for like mid to late 2000s, like upwards to $100,000, like a house on a car.
I wonder how much that specific Jetta. Because what's really interesting is the fact that that particular car is very common. It's a very common Jetta. So, but obviously everything else that they put into it, and like the design and like the color, like that's the parts that like obviously make it what it is and unique. So I've always just kind of like been like, man, if I can get a Jetta and flip it and make it as close to possible as that, like that'd be
You could probably do it for fairly cheap.
Oh,
Nowhere near the money that you would need way back then, though, because that sort of scene died out really quick. What year do you remember what it is? I can't remember.
That specific Jetta was like a 94, I believe. It was actually pretty old. Like it was a pretty old Jetta.
No Ford Jetta. What? Hey, you know what? I'm just gonna look up Fast and Furious.
1990.
So it is a 95 Volkswagen Jetta.
95.
That white thing. Like that. That's actually fairly tame. That is actually fairly tame.
Oh, like the actual one that from the movie?
Yeah, the white one.
Well, that's what I like. It's not. It's like
it's not abrasive at all. It's actually like it's subtle. It's like actually decent looking. Even by like today's standards, it's not bad.
Yeah, like now that I'm looking at it again,
I mean, those side skirts are a bit much, but that's really about it. Like the front and the back are okay. The sides are the only issue. That's insane.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. That car, I'm just kind of like, dude, I fucking love it.
I don't want to know how much he spent on that, honestly. That would drive me insane.
This one YouTube channel, they do all those custom cars and stuff, and they made one of those, and I'd have to go back to it and figure
There's a few of them out there, yeah. Which ones do you watch the most?
Well, because I have a Saab, the guy I watch the most is what was his goddamn name?
Oh,
Auto Autopsy.
Oh, I don't know him.
And so there's him that I watch, and then there is let's see, who was this guy? Well, a lot of them will like take an original video and repost it, so that's what it gets a little confusing sometimes on the channel. Let's see, history. Who was this guy? That dude in blue. They're from Canada.
Yep, I know them.
And then
what's his name? Something Kyle.
Yeah,
isn't like Saab Kyle?
That one I'm not sure. But anyway,
I'm like that.
The other two cars that it's funny because, well, okay.
Could you imagine if they had your Saab in the movie? Like your same year?
Bro. Well, like, I keep thinking, I'm like, man. Well, because I've looked up plenty of different, like, body kits and things that that would be able to be added to my car. And there's not a lot out there that would fit my car. And it's kind of frustrating.
It's very specific cars that got that sort of treatment. And, like, all of their ancestors after those years. Like something like the Nissan 350Z always will be getting, from here on out, we'll always be getting like body kits and like all kinds of crazy stuff that you can get for it. The stuff like the Saab, never, ever.
Yeah, dude. Like there's only like a 2008 Saab is the one that has a lot of different options and a lot of different.
If you had like one of the old ones, you'd probably have like a lot better chance of finding stuff.
True, but what's like the fastest and like craziest I could get my car without
blowing the budget?
I guess with the engine that it has. Like what's like the like I guess I'm trying to think of a way to word this.
Like without spending too much time under the hood.
Sure. Let's start there. That's a good starting point.
Like depends on like what your frame of reference is for fast, because people view fast differently or feel
True.
fast differently.
I can't remember.
Contrary to popular belief.
I think my car's top speed was 175.
I think on the sheet it's supposed to be like 155. Most cars are limited, especially European cars, are limited to a speed limit of 155 miles per hour.
Which is pretty good. Like,
it's not bad
for a little basic car like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, that one though. I have not hit a stretch of a road long enough that like feel comfortable without there being a cop. Because dude, if you get pulled over going 100 and something,
what are you talking about? You drive the speed limit all the time.
I mean, I speed, but I'm very consistently like I don't go. The most I go is like 17 over.
This man's incriminating himself.
I mean, I don't care. What are they gonna do? My license plate number is.
You just drop like all of your information, social and everything.
Yeah. Well, like, I mean, I really want to find like an area in the country where like the roads are like nice and smooth, and you can just fucking let the car just fly down the road and see how fast it can go. Or not even exactly how fast it can go, like the top speed, but like how fast it can get. Like, like the 0 to 60 situation.
Yeah, acceleration.
Fucking, yeah.
Yeah. Probably not much faster, honestly. You probably couldn't get too much more out of it without doing some, like, serious work.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of those cars are, the Saabs at least, those, like, 9.3s, 9.5s, are already pretty well... they're already pretty well tuned for what they do. There's some small stuff that you can do to make them run a little bit faster, but they're also very touchy. They're very sensitive, I would say, to any sort of modification. They don't like being mistreated.
The car gets like upset. It's just like, I don't like this.
Yeah, it like you have to have like there's specific mods that you can and can't do, I think. And they have to stuff like one of the most common ones that people do is like changing out the air intake, right? For instead of having that plastic piece, having like a direct aluminum pipe that goes into the throttle. But it's a cheap mod, but it changes the flow characteristics of the air, which the computers, especially around that time period, are set up a very specific way. They do adapt. They have some level of adaptability to them, but not. There's a very small margin of error with those, so you can't go bucking wild. But basically everything that you do is aesthetic. So you want to get, if you do the intake, you get a different sound, or you do like an exhaust, you get a different sound. You won't really get much performance benefit out of it because they're sort of built to perform a specific way, and they will always do that until you start playing with the computer.
Hell yeah. And this is kind of what sucks. This thing that sucks about living out here and not really having any real friends out here, at least, is that like I can't like hit up anyone until like, I mean, because it'd be a long time before I actually literally do something with my car. But it's always fun to like chat up ideas and be like, oh man, like we could do this, wow, or like theorize and kind of like that was always
just go like
the fun.
Just like go door to door and be like, and just be like family and see what their response is.
Family.
Man. If they respond with also a family, then you know that you can trust them. They're your people.
They're all drinking Coronas.
Family.
I live my life a quarter mile at a time.
Family. This is the way he says family. Oh my god. The amount of times they say family. I feel like if there was a YouTube video with the entire Fast and Furious franchise and the amount, but it's every single time they say family, you probably have like a 3-hour long YouTube video. They say it so much.
Family.
Fucking love it. I'm sort of dying out of the whole car scene stuff right now, honestly. Now that I'm just sort of like been out of it for a little while, it's kind of relaxing. It's very taxing. When it comes to like mods and stuff like that, it's very time consuming because
there's so many people that are like, dude. There's a lot of car people that are like.
I think it's great that there's so many people getting into it. It's like one of those cool little things that like. It's one of those things like cars are something that you can like own and personalize, and it's not illegal, you know?
Oh yeah.
And like there's not a lot of those. Like you can't even do that with a fucking house.
Yeah.
You can like
HOAs.
Yeah, because of HOAs. Like if you make money, right, and you purchase a house, like if you can buy the house with cash, you can't personalize it because you will have it taken away from you. Like that blows my mind.
Dude.
You can drop like
to me. I was like for the first time because I heard of an HOA and I kind of thought like, oh, well, they're kind of like this group of Karens or something that they just like get upset when you like do something. I didn't like realize what actually like they do and like in some places have the capacity like and capability just like fuck shit up like actually. And it's like really
they can take your home.
Place suck my fucking dick, dude. Like,
yeah, they can straight up take your home. It's
to me,
ridiculous.
That's fucking criminal. Like that's fucking criminal, and that's allowed.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. But like, imagine it. You can purchase a house for like $300,000, which, first of all, that's a lot of money for a house. But that's what they go for in most areas, at least here. And you can't personalize that, but you can buy like a Honda Civic that's been like beaten up for like $500, and you can go buck wild. You can like spray paint it pink and like put all kinds of stickers on it and go absolutely wild, and there's nothing that they can do about it.
Dude,
it's fucking hilarious.
It's hard to say which I would go first in terms of like changing my car up. Like, if I did a paint job that's like, if I took it in somewhere, how much would you guess that would cost?
Like a full paint job? Depends on what they have to do. If we're talking, usually it would be like what they would do is they will do like a check over and they'll look for all the dents on the car and they'll fix all the dents. They'll primer it, sand it. They'll fix the dents, sand it, prime it, sand it, paint it, clear it. I think I got a quote once on my car and it was like $7,000.
Really?
Wow, it's expensive for like a whole car job, especially because it's mostly labor, like because they have to go through, and it kind of varies depending on like how much damage is on the car. Like if you bring a car that's like completely battered, they're gonna be like you just buy a new car. But if it's if it's a car that doesn't have a lot of dents, it's actually pretty clean, then they'll usually write you up a quote. But anywhere between and it's been a while since I've been in the industry, so I my accuracy is like 50%, probably.
Either correct or just not.
Either correct or not. I want to say anywhere between like 7 to 11 for a car like that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Mine would probably roll more into like the 10, probably higher now because of all the damage that it's sort of taken by like being out on the street, all the doors that get dinged on it and all the scratches and all that car is so damaged. It's ridiculous, but I love it.
It's a good car. I mean, it's definitely a flex for sure. Like at first glance. Now, of course, obviously, when you get the backstory of how many times it's been worked on, then you realize.
It's definitely been the car that I've worked on the most, but it's also the car that's lasted the longest. It's weird.
That car, though, I mean, when it was in its prime and, like, we're flooring it back in the His A, Yeah,
Oh, back when it
that was a
worked.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a fun car to to roll around in.
Yeah, it's still a fun car to roll with, but like not nearly as bad. It's more like it's more just like a take it easy, like chill car now. Like I'm not I'm not hard with it anymore. Mostly because I'm always worried that it's gonna break again.
Yeah, dude, Nathan runs his cars into the ground.
Yep.
Not anymore, because
I've been through so many cars, man.
you know what exact car was the one that you almost got, but your bank was like, "Fuck you."
It was a
Is that
Mazda
blue
3.
Mazda?
Yeah,
Dude,
it was the Mazda 3.
that's one that I almost bought before the stop because we were looking, like we were doing some
Yeah.
shopping, and I found one very similar to that, and I was like, "Fuck, I want to buy this one so bad."
Should have.
And
That was a good car. It was like 100. It was like I think it was actually less than 100,000 miles for the year. I think it was like an '07. Like less than
yeah,
100,000 miles, manual, blue, and
car.
like perfectly clean condition for
Very,
a low
yeah,
price.
very
It was a
well
good.
taken care of. It's just some guy, like some dude.
He's like,
And
"Yeah, I
I'm like,
just
yeah.
don't want it anymore. I don't know." He's like, "All right." But
And
yeah,
those like,
I got
yeah,
fucked out of that one.
yeah,
To
that
be
was
fair,
rough.
I didn't really know. I didn't really know what the requirements were supposed to be for something like that. So kind of on me, but also like education just doesn't teach you stuff like this, so you have to learn the hard way.
Oh yeah,
Or like somebody has to learn the hard way and then we have to teach it to the rest of people because we don't want other people to learn it the hard way because it is a huge headache. That's why forums exist, in my opinion. I think that's why forums exist is because people are just like, you know what? We went through the headache. We need to share this with people so that they also don't have the headache.
I mean, yeah, it's fair. Yeah, that's how it should be. Education, big deal.
What's your plans coming into 2021?
Well, plans. You know what's funny? I used to be that type that was like, man, New Year's resolutions. Like
So lame.
every day's a resolution, bro. No, I never said that. But like, I was kind of just, I'd get like, I'd roll my eyes a little bit anytime anyone's been like, my resolution is me.
Yeah.
And I've shifted the focus to more like, you know what? Like, if someone has a goal, and around now is the time that they think about it, and they at least try and go for it, then like, it's not hurting anyone. So
It's always a good start.
Yeah, not as hard in the paint on people. Not in people's case like I probably would be like last year. I'd be like, "Fuck you."
It's definitely not a time period to be on social media though.
Yeah, true.
Like it's gonna just be like for the next like 2-3 weeks. It's just gonna be like everyone constantly
dude,
updates. Like congratulations, but like I don't care.
I'd like to step away a pretty decent amount. Well, okay, here are some things I want to get going, and like actually kind of do. They're not really specific on. It's basically just me. I gotta be just a tiny bit more selfish in terms of getting some things done and improving some things done. Like for me specifically, like for example, like a lot of little things that'll add up to a big thing. Like for example, starting off with something little like remember that what's it called? I don't know what it's called. Like that system you gave me. It's got like 2 little cameras I can use. I can hook it up to my car and like basically use it for my
like the rear view cameras and the new radio and shit. Yeah.
Something that I totally would have time to do this weekend to do and have had other weekends as well. But like I'm kind of like whatever, and like been kind of content with that. So like I was like, and I've been thinking like things like that where I'm like, you know what, if for something like that, just do it. Like it's gonna make it might not like not having something like that. It's not exactly gonna ruin anything, but also like don't stop being like okay with like the way things are. Kind of just he's like, make something happen to like make things better. So that's
sort of stop stagnating, start progressing.
Yeah,
I feel.
Because I'm the only person that can make it happen. No one's gonna do it. No one can do it for me. No one will do it for me. So,
Yep. The first step is
yeah,
yourself.
yeah, man. Um, so yeah, and also probably so there's that. Just again like just self improvement type things.
Mm-hmm.
Um, ooh, someone's just speeding
I
on
I
something.
heard that. I heard that. You could hear that through the mic. Somebody was
Damn.
really getting at it. Oh man.
They heard me talking about cars.
Skirt. Yeah, they heard you say family.
They heard family, and they're just like, "Whoa, let's
We gotta
go!"
get there. He's said the word family. We gotta go.
Family.
Family.
Gets pulled over by
That's the number one way to get out of the ticket. Always start with whenever the cop pulls up to you. Driver's license, proof of registration, and insurance, please. Family. Have a good day.
Say no more, fam.
Say no more. You're good. Get on your way.
You wouldn't do it.
God damn it.
Other things with 2021. Let's see. Yeah, just stay on top of stuff and like just make things just happen. Like for example, something I've been wanting to do for a while and kind of just stopped like thinking about or stopped kind of doing is there's this guy on Instagram, and I've always had an idea of doing this, and like sometimes like it takes like someone else to like put something out, and I'm like, oh shit, I've been thinking about doing that for a while, and like
Take
seeing
someone else to
do
inspire you to do it.
exactly. This guy Andrew Russo on Instagram, you should check him out. He does all these just little skits on Instagram. Very similar, like Vine style, like that
TikTok.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I have like so many funny, especially with the way they allow you to use music from pretty much fucking all kinds of movies and all kinds of songs from artists and all like you just have all the access.
Really, without any sort of DMCA issues?
I mean, it's like you're going through an app, so it's like that they whatever that is, like they just deal with it. Like if it was an original video that he made, then there'd probably be some hot water. But yeah, I don't know why he'd he doesn't get I don't know how that works, but anyway, so he makes all these skits, and I'm like, dude, these are so fucking well written, and I just will think throughout the day when I listen to music, a song will come on, and I'll be like, oh shit, this is like a funny, like I have a funny idea that just pops in my head like for a quick skit, so yeah, like just starting this year, going to be more focused on actually making them instead of writing them.
Right. Now that you have a whole bunch like sort of written out.
I mean, I just have constant material. Like I write all the time and like have notes, and like I even took time like when I moved here to like put together a couple different 5-minute comedy kind of sets. But then I kind of just stopped touching it because I got busy with work and so yeah. Yeah, moral of the story and long story short is just like stop sitting on things and kind of just make things happen, even though it might be uncomfortable, it might take work. It's just my mind has a difficult time staying on task, especially when like I do better with repetition. So my current repetition is like not really doing anything. And like going to work, occasionally getting groceries. It's kind of all the safe play.
Yeah. Just running through the motions of the simulation. Yeah. There goes another bomb.
Yeah. Yeah. So, my mind has a difficult time doing something new and staying on it because it's just like, I forgot, or like something else came up or whatever. I wish I could get a prescription to Adderall. Holy shit, dude. I would get through so much work. I feel like. Give me some fucking Adderall.
Oh my goodness! Did you hear about the lawsuit on Walmart right now.
I heard something about Walmart.
So Walmart is under fire. Was under fire. I think this is the
I hope
last. This
not.
is
I have
last
one
week
right next
news.
to me that I need to get some stuff from. So I hope they last a little bit longer.
They have a lawsuit, and I think this is from last week, where they're being charged with accelerating the opioid crisis.
Interesting.
Yeah, yeah. Apparently, their pharmacies were just handing out these prescriptions, like
Wow.
candy, essentially, and now these are the allegations. They still have to go through the whole process. But yeah, no, it was a weird day because I was just chilling in my room watching because I'm weird. I like to watch the stock market all the time, right? And there's this one YouTube channel that I watch a lot, and he does it live every single day, and it's actually a really cool idea, to just like do these sorts of things live with people, and he was talking some philosophical topics and like self-improvement type stuff. He was in one of those moods, and I was like, okay, I'll just chill, listen to this for a little bit. And then all of a sudden you just see Walmart, the stock just drops like a fucking bomb. Just actually insane. And the whole chat just lights up. It's like, what the hell just happened? And then the news comes out and like, whoa, Walmart just got clapped, or will get clapped. Oh, maybe, hopefully, if they're if they're guilty, then good on them for getting clapped, for something like that. But then also at the same time, Google antitrust came out. I think Apple antitrust came out. I think there was another one. There was one other. Yeah, Facebook. I think antitrust also came out as well at the same time. Oh, Alibaba just got some antitrust on them as well, which is really surprising. Fucking Alibaba antitrust. That's really interesting.
Dude, who is Alibaba? What is that?
Alibaba is a wholesale company.
Okay.
They just
now,
sell.
Honestly, Alibaba sounds like a Sacha Baron Cohen character.
Oh my god. No, but like Alibaba,
Dude.
they're like the Amazon of China, essentially.
Oh.
Yeah. So, I actually remember when Alibaba first coming, like
to America, first coming to America.
Yeah, first coming to like America, or like just first like when it started getting big. And I remember my economics teacher at the time, because this is when I was a senior in high school, and we were doing the stock market game. My economics teacher was like, "You guys," he was like nudging at us. He's like, "You guys, this company, yeah, this is gonna be a good company. You guys, if you invest in this, tell your parent." And it did big. It's literally the biggest like wholesale in China.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. It's huge.
China.
It's gigantic. It's absolutely insane. But yeah, no, I thought that was interesting.
Nice. Yeah, as far as the agenda goes, I mean, Palpatine, may he rest in hell forever and burn.
All of them, fuck them all.
Yeah, well, true, but he has a face. The villain now has a face.
It feels like his like chin is getting like further and further away with his wrinkles.
I hope it just falls off and he just fucking croaks. Like
it just like wraps
fucking
around
like
himself. Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Nah.
Let's see. Talked about some movies, 2021 plans. You know what? Let's give our own personal top 3 favorite things about this year, and I think that'd be fun to kind of end off on a little bit.
3 favorite things about this year.
Yeah, top 3 moments or things
top
or
3 moments.
Yeah, could be a thing or it could be could be anything.
That's actually a good question. Top 3 things from this year. I would say probably
picking one's pretty hard, but
once you get one, you have like a million come after that. No, I think for me personally, number 1 would be purchasing a house. Because that sets the stage for me, economically speaking, to be a little bit more free, because if I need to get out of the house for any reason, even though it is on a loan, I can rent out the room, right? And have that cover the cost. Easy. So there's still a little bit there's fluidity with it. It's not like a rent, where I'm tied to the payment, indentured servitude almost. I think house for sure is number one. Number two, that's actually really, this is an interesting question. Favorite things. Number two, I'd have to say probably live streaming. Honestly, I love it. It's a lot of fun. I'm not treating it like I did with the whole YouTube channel way back. I'm just taking it easy, just having fun with it, playing around with ideas, and just having a good time with it. And it's been a lot of fun. There's been a couple instances where I've had like a whole bunch of people just come up onto the channel out of nowhere. The raids are always fun. Raids, that's what they're called. The raids are always fun. You get a whole bunch of people showing up and talking to them. Really, interactions that I've had with people while live streaming, I think, 100% top 3 right there. And then the third thing, honestly, getting back into the stock markets again. Like, I think for me, this year, I've learned more about myself than ever. Honestly, about like my passions and where, like, my natural attunement of where I want to go.
Nice. All very solid.
What about you?
Nice.
Top 3, go.
Top 3.
You got 5 minutes, by the way, before it's New Year's for you.
That's true. Yeah, about 4. Yeah, now 4. Sorry, I have my glasses on. Oh, what is that?
Really a 5?
Yeah. So number 3, I'd say, in terms of personal growth, moving to Dallas. Now, even though I haven't really done a whole ton here yet,
I think that was a good move.
Making the move, though,
that's a big decision,
is significant, because it does prove to myself that I can make something happen. I can manage some things on my own, and can, you don't
have to be tied to one place.
Yeah, or like tied to like I don't have to be tied to doing things a certain way. Like I can step out and like make something happen. So I just got to keep it going, keep it going.
Exactly.
So yeah, number 3, move to Dallas. Let's see. Like I know my other one, but I'm trying to think of like the third one that's kind of like,
like a good one.
Yeah, like that's worthy of mention.
I guess maybe not favorite. All right, let's, instead of having a third favorite, what is the one thing that you're proud that you did in 2020? What is the one thing that you did that you're the most proud of?
Well, as far as most proud of, I'd say they're very different things, and I'm proud for different reasons. Of course, moving to Dallas, proud of myself for stepping out of my comfort zone and kind of just going on the adventure. Now, I don't have a third thing, but anyway, so the other thing that I am also extremely proud of myself for is not being a little bitch and telling my lovely lady Susie that how the feels, how I was feeling. And
that's a good thing to be proud of, especially if it's something that you're not usually comfortable doing. I'd say that's good.
I mean, because it's one of those situations where going in, you're like, well, I just live out here, and like you just don't know how the other person's gonna react, and like you know if they feel the same way, and you kind of just build all these reasons in your head of
it's always jump. It's always jumping off a cliff. There's never a guarantee,
Oh yeah,
with
dude, I was so nervous.
stuff like that.
Dude, I was super duper nervous. Like I was chatting with my friend. I was chatting with a friend, and I was like, "Oh, dude, I did the thing. Shit. Ah, fuck. Like, ah, man, because I didn't,
It's been 3 seconds and she hasn't said family.
She hasn't said. Well, it's funny because I send the message. So here's, you know what? I got some screenshots. I won't like read everything because it's just lengthy and long messages, and they're very cute and very heartwarming. It's not, yeah, but the meat and potatoes is what I do want to recap. So it started off like I sent a GIF of me, or not me, but like I sent a GIF, like a nervous GIF, like someone being nervous, and that was me kind of inching forward to like come forward and say something that I'd been feeling for quite a while. I was like, all right, sending a GIF, and she just sends. Susie goes like, sends back like, oh, what's what's wrong? And I'm like, oh, and I just made up something. I was like, this thing, like totally made it up. I was like, fuck, oh shit, I can't do this. Oh man, like, so
they're blowing up fireworks for you. It's 12 for you.
Oh yeah, woo!
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Cowboys.
This is such a weird New Year's, because I remember last year we had such a huge party.
Dude, we had a
decent party. We had a decent party last time.
Like it's funny because when we were in like high school and stuff, like we weren't like super popular and like threw parties and went to parties. But as adults, we could throw a fucking banger party.
We did pretty good for New Year's. New Year's
let
was
it be good. Known.
Yeah, New Year's was a good party. Damn.
But anyway,
and now we're reduced to this.
Yeah, we're reduced to fucking Zoom calls. Woo, happy New Year. Anyway, so meat and potatoes. So, and then of course, obviously, I type out this long kind of message. Well, because I had the message typed out like for about a week, and I would kind of like read it and be like, okay, like this needs to sound clear, and like
took you a week. God damn.
Well, yeah, like, I mean, I felt the way I felt for quite a while, but like, I wrote something out a couple different times, and kind of just sat on it, and then kind of like it was like a whole thing. So I finally sent the thing. I sent it, and dude, it was super scary because it was immediately read, like the little icon where her picture goes like drops down immediately. I was like, fuck, shit, oh shit, she's rigged the fuck. Oh man, I was like freaking out.
Why couldn't you have waited like 5 minutes so I could chill out for a hot second? That was a big move, and now you're reading it already,
dude. And then like shortly after, fucking typing bubbles. I was like, fuck. I was freaking out. I was like, and I texted my friend, I'm like, dude, I did the thing. I did this thing, and blah blah blah. Because I hadn't like told anyone. Like she was she's just like the first person I told about that. And then immediately after, I tell my friend, like, oh, by the way, like, I did this thing. And she was like, what? Whoa, fucking crazy. And then, yeah. So, yeah, it was pretty fun. So, yeah, again, proud that I didn't, chicken out and be okay with, like, oh, you know what? I'm just gonna keep my feelings to myself. So I stepped out of my comfort zone. And, oh, somebody might be watching. Oh, so yeah, it's and it's been really great. And there's tons and tons of fun stuff to look forward to. I'm such a fucking, oh my God, number 3. I totally know being able to actually like hang out with her and like hang with the family and like get to
for your favorite things.
I feel so bad.
Your hair, man. Holy shit.
Oh, wow. I know. That's me just being like looking crazy. I knew, like, I was thinking like, here's what my brain was doing. I was like, okay, I moved to Dallas, and then I was thinking like, all right, confessing my feelings. Like that was like kept like circling back to my mind.
Yeah.
So like the middle part in between, like just wasn't like in there.
Your brain cells were fighting for it.
Right. Yeah. It was just kind of like, what the fuck? So yeah, I'd say that was super cool because I don't have like a long rap sheet of girlfriends or anything. I kind of have some short term kind of, like some like we're more like just friends, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But Susie's like she's a real deal. She's a serious potato. And yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be good. We're excited.
That's good. Going into 2021 with some good positive feelings.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Man, I checked on YouTube, and would you like to know how long we've been going?
An hour and a half.
Yep. Oh well, of course you know.
Yeah. That was good.
Let's see. I'm gonna hop in our own chat and just be like, you guys suck. Guess who got a change? You probably see the notification like Colton has entered the chat. Well, it's like not even me. It's like just my.
Damn! What the hell is this? Oh, hold on.
It's my YouTube burner.
No, that was just my microphone. Not my microphone, but my headset going absolutely insane in my ears. It was trying to break my eardrums. Damn, we made it into the new year, Colton. How you feel? Tired? Worn out? Exhausted? Ready to go into 2022?
Holy shit, dude. I'm ready to get my Corona coins and kind of just get back on the feet a little bit and kind of just, I'm looking forward to the summer, really, mainly. The summer is when the babes, the honey, is going to be getting down here, and, we're going to be getting our spot. So yeah. So nice. Nathan, if you were to move out of your house and rent that spot out, would you move to Texas?
Texas? I don't know. I really
Dallas
don't know.
Is pretty fucking like it, dude. It's pretty lit.
Maybe, I don't know. It just kind of depends on where. It depends on a lot of things. On
also the amount of freedom, like the amount of like you just can do, like.
You can drive around with a minigun in the back of your truck.
Dude, well, because we were talking about earlier, like, with your current job, it's like, man, I kind of just feel like, not, I just hate being like, kind of just like a number on the call sheet kind of thing. Just being like, employee XYZ or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm very much a similar attitude where I very much don't like being told what to do. Like now with my current job, with it being more of a family company and a lot less corporate,
that's really good to have.
It's been a little bit better lately of an experience. It's been kind of just having a little bit more, I wouldn't say fun at work, but just kind of like enjoying going into the office.
Yeah, it's feels much more.
It's like an office, but not like,
yeah,
it's owned by a family and we have like, and there's like there is like potential for like personal connections and like stuff like that.
Yeah. So, stuff like that is way better to have than like corporatized sort of environments, which always suck to be in.
I mean, yeah, because like when you get fired or quit, it's kind of one of those things where
I don't know if I've ever met anybody that was excited for a corporate job.
Yeah. Like my last job that I had for the longest time, the only reason I liked going to work is just like my friends. Is basically it became like high school, pretty much. Like you go, you hate going to school, but you're with the boys.
Yeah.
Like you're hanging out. Like my team that I was on, man, like we were a bunch of fucking heathens and like just hooligans. We were hooligans. But yeah, so end up being my some of my oldest friends probably. Obviously the high school homies, and I don't know. Yeah, so that particular job, it's and it's funny because I went and worked there for about as long as like most people would go to like college or
Yeah.
a high school. Uh, like I started working there at like 19 and got out, and I was like, I was 22 and some change, maybe 23 actually. Kind of crazy.
I think it was 23.
Yeah, 23. Dude, that's wild.
Yeah, that shit blows my fucking brain. How long it's been since we've been in high school? Fucking,
Right?
it's been 6 years
Yeah.
since I graduated.
Well, 5.5 technically.
5.5, yeah, five and a half
Graduated
ish.
in the summer and
Yeah, because it's weird. Can't just like have it nicely. Can't have it nicely end on. You can't like graduate on a nice like end of the year sort of a thing. So you can like evenly calculate it. That's got to be the half.
yeah.
But it doesn't seem that far away. But like you think about like all that's happened since I graduated high school, and I'm like, I haven't gotten that far.
Well,
That's what it feels like to me. I haven't
right.
like personal development wise. I have learned so much in these past 5 years, more than high school or primary or secondary education has ever taught me. I have learned in the past 5 years about myself, about the world, about everything else. Right? I would say, but when it comes to like where I'm at, like. I'm nowhere close to where I thought I would be. Like, if you asked me where I would be 5 years when I graduated high school in 2015, like, where will you be in 5 years from now? I would have said, oh, probably graduating college, probably like getting ready to go into a career field, of engineering. And no, actually, right now, I'm like, no, I don't want to go that direction. I don't think anymore. I'm just now figuring out, like, it doesn't work for me. It's not going to. I can see it coming, so I want to get out of the train. I want to get off that ship as quick as possible.
For sure. Yeah. I'll say like in some ways I've also felt like, man, like where has these last several years gone by? But
really a lot of development happened for me this year. Year.
I'd say where I really started to kind of just grow up a little bit and understand how stuff worked is when I moved out. That's like kind of when it happened, which is not that long after high school for me. Like I had.
Yeah, actually, I will say the same thing. A lot changed after I moved out. A lot, at least like my headspace, right?
Right,
The
like
way
you
that I
just
treated
become
life.
more. You like hold yourself accountable, obviously, because you kind of just have to. Like you're not like, especially if you don't have a situation where your parents are giving you a bunch of stuff. Like I definitely am not. Like I have to,
Well, you sort of experience life in a completely different fashion. You don't get to see life happening from the sidelines, from the safety, of the home. There's nothing wrong with being at home, I don't think. I think actually, really, that's the smart thing to do right now is everybody being at home.
Especially writer.
Well, in reality, I think for the short term, I think it's the best decision to make. But it kind of depends on. I don't know. That question is much more of a philosophical one than it really is like a objective one, Like it really depends on like who you are and where you're at in life, And some people I think aren't ready at like 18 to like see the world and to experience it head on. And some of us are, or maybe we're just not ready. We learn from scraping our head against the floor. Yeah. That's how I put it. That's what I learned about myself is I learned the hard way. I always learn the hard way. I never can learn the easy way. It's always me just like banging my head against the wall or something that drives me to learn.
Also, another thing is I and this kind of circles back to like, trying to, make things happen coming into this year and kind of like stepping up to the plate in certain ways and kind of just doing things like for myself.
Yeah.
To improve what I need to kind of make myself happy because, got to realize that's important. But what's funny is in terms of like life situations, the crazier it is, or like the more like stressful it is, the more I like turn it up and like, and do well. Like I do pretty well under pressure. Like I fucking drove a flaming car for God's sake. Dude.
I remember. Yeah. And you sounded so nonchalant when you called. It was like, yeah, this happened. Oh, well.
Yeah, like fucking is what it is.
I think you were just at such a low point in life already. You were just like, nothing could have made it worse. Like your car blowing, it's like, yeah, well, it's just another thing that happened, Oh, well.
Oh, fucking well.
Karma's coming out full force, I guess.
Well, like, it's just so, there's like such a finality with it at the time. It exploded. There's nothing you can do.
It legit blew up.
It like exploded, and it's kind of, you just look at it and you're like, well,
it's literally the worst possible case scenario for driving a car, for it to just randomly explode for no apparent reason.
Dude, what's hilarious is it's kind of like just scared. It scared me straight because like, with my car, any minor issue it has, I like treat it like it's about to blow up, like my tire or like.
You're paranoid now, huh?
Dude, fuck yeah, man! Like I take no chance. I mean, I speed like a lot, but other than that, I don't like run the car hard.
If it starts making a weird noise, you're immediately going 20 under.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel.
Dude.
Actually, I don't, but like I understand.
Right. But then like when things are like calm and like when things are kind of like quote unquote normal, that's where my bad habits of like just not wanting to, like, I'm comfortable, like nothing's happening.
That's
like
the interesting thing is being comfortable is almost a negative in a way.
Yeah, dude. Like
that's what we strive for, but it's the worst thing for us.
Yeah, dude.
Humans are. I think it's just like humans are just like built to crave the most negative things.
Just
for
pressure.
us,
Like, yeah.
Like we're just striving for like the most negative things around for us, and like comfort is the big one. Always striving for comfort in whatever it may be. Location, mindset, what you're doing, going through the motions. But it's like one of the most damaging, because it puts you in a rut. You don't go anywhere. You just stay in the same place all the time. Some people are happy that way though, and I give them props, honestly.
Oh yeah, like if
props.
Yeah, and
I just don't. I'm just not born with that mindset. I just can't do it.
Well, just so many things will, run through our heads and kind of just, it's just wired, wired a certain way.
We just built different.
Yo, we built different. Dude, anyone that's gonna fucking, I'm built different. Fuck you. Like literally.
We're all literally built different.
It's like, yeah, okay. Like, I'm built different.
I'm just built different, dude.
I have a micro penis. I'm built different. God. I have a third nut. I'm built different.
Literally has a second dick. I'm just built different.
I'm built different, babe.
Like literally, I think something's wrong. What happened? Family. I'm just crossing all kinds of shit.
This family's built different.
This family just built different. Literally the whole Fast and Furious movie sequence can be summarized in that sentence. Our family just built different.
Our family was just built different, living 1/4 mile at a time.
It just gets worse and worse. I love it. My God.
Well, It's 2021 over here, so
You calling
I
it
think
quits?
I'm calling it quits. But yeah. Um, Again, for those who have tuned in and checked us out, again, this is the SnoozeCast. This is technically our video debut. So on to bigger and better things as the new year
First version
is.
on the live stream, but first video format, which is
Oh yeah.
which is a move in an interesting direction.
Oh yeah. A lot of technical stuff to be worked out, I'm
I don't know.
sure.
Do we want to keep doing? Do you want to keep doing this live, or are we gonna move? Or are we gonna?
Not live. No. Live is it's nuts. I mean, live for special occasions obviously is pretty fun, but
I think for special occasions, it's gonna be. I don't know. We'll play around with it. We're gonna try
yeah.
some different
Well, like being
recording
able to kind of
versions.
like edit little things and kind of like play with little things.
Yeah,
Uh,
recording's really nice for having like flexibility.
yeah.
Live streaming is very rigid. You have to sort of maintain yourself. You have to keep your composure, and for a lot longer too.
Yeah.
It's very difficult. Although I have thought about doing like live streams about like production, like behind the scenes live, like just full live streams of like behind the scenes productions, and then posting the result obviously on YouTube.
Oh yeah. That'll be fun.
Like the whole process is very. I don't know. I'm sort of toying with that idea. I don't know if it's very good or not, or if it's any good or not. But I guess for like, because I don't know if anyone really does stuff like that.
Well, I think so. Like I think people
Like
do.
the filming process, you know, like the writing, the shooting, the mistakes, the whole thing. Not as like funnies and fails videos, but like I know most people do them as like funnies and fails, but no one like records it in a live format. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah. Well, like I do know a couple people that like they vlog like so there's this podcast and then the producer he like does his own vlog.
Well, but those are
I
vlogs.
actually send it. I'll actually send it to you because it's definitely exactly like what you're explaining, and I think you would probably like learn some things and also like kind of just because it's kind of what I was talking about earlier with some of these podcasts being like so highly produced. And he kind of shows like how something like that it's like done with a small operation.
Yeah.
So yeah, I might throw it your way
Learning.
and so you can check it out and it's pretty good.
Be interesting. Although those are still vlogs, I'm interested to seeing how it might work in this sort of like, or if I could make it work in a like live format. I don't know, it'd be interesting. I know some people like take like do like have like a format where they do something live, like they have a live show and then they just like cut it up and then put that on YouTube or something like that. I don't know. I'm toying around with all kinds of weird. I'm toying around with some really weird ideas, I think.
It's possible. It's possible. Well, all right, guys. Once again,
I'm gonna let
thank
you go.
for those tuning in to this newscast. Nate seems like he's going to continue to stream. Get some
Yeah.
drinks, anybody. Get some drinks. I don't have any. I got water.
Pour a
But,
cold one out for Colton.
hell yeah, dude. Pour one out for the boy. But also one more minor kind of improvement or resolution is I'm gonna try to dial it back on the caffeine. Yeah, like I drink way too much caffeine probably. So
I mean, contrary to like the channel name, I've been doing somewhat a similar thing, but I've really, actually for me, I've been pulling back on social media as like a whole, like honestly.
yeah,
And
I would, but like my girlfriend lives
yeah,
in Idaho, so like
it's very difficult
I
for
use,
you. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I think, and also with what I want to do with like, especially with Instagram, like skits stuff.
Yeah.
It's a weird way to be. I don't know. I think also I want to find my way of unplugging, but also keeping my essentials.
Yeah, keeping it. Yeah, it's a dichotomy almost because like I definitely feel it because like for me, I really enjoy streaming, and I really enjoy. I do enjoy making YouTube videos and stuff like that as well. But it's a very like social media. You have to be like a public facing entity, but like being a public facing entity is a lot of work.
Yeah, and like staying on top of it.
And staying on top of it is it's a lot of work. So I think it's just like for me, it's just been more of like a break thing, and then I'll just come back. But like, I totally feel you because it's like the main method of communication that I have for literally everyone that I know. You know, everyone is on the internet for me. Like, if I mean, obviously there's people that I know in where I live, but like when it comes to like talking, communicating, it's literally all on the internet, all online. It's ridiculous.
Dude, look at this gun. Look at this gun store. Wait, hang on. Yeah, oh, that.
The T, the fucking T, the fucking T.
Dude, I didn't know what that was for the first like 48 hours of that meme being a thing.
Yeah, I was like scrolling through like Facebook.
Well, like I saw like the beginning of the video, but I got interrupted for like something came up, and then so I was like, huh, weird. Anyway, moving on, and then I see this just a fucking tornado of sweet tea memes, and I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa! What
they got big really quick, like the cranberry meme. Cranberry guy blew up like real quick too.
Funny you say that.
What is it with people and juice?
Do you guys did you guys know he bought a house?
With all the proceeds that he got from the video?
Yeah. Well,
that's
like
good.
the video, and then also like other ads and like other royalties he made and stuff.
That's good on him.
Oh yeah, for sure. Check your messages real quick.
Oh God, this isn't gonna end well. How much you want to bet? All tight. God damn it.
All right, guys. I'm signing off here off the Zoom call. Thank you for tuning into the SnoozeCast. We'll get back to our normal podcast posting, and then these will be available on Apple Podcasts and also Spotify. And then with the video stuff, we'll work it out. We'll see what's going on. Probably the YouTubes, but we'll.
Obviously they have to go somewhere. We can put them on the YouTube, but we'll see if they'll go on my channel or maybe we'll make one for the actual SnoozeCast. We'll know.
Well, I made one. I did make one. It's kind of been sitting there, and I'm like, all right, well, I'll revisit this channel when
I'll slap you the VOD then, and or I'll send you the VOD. I wonder how viable that is. We'll see. It's gonna be a big file.
Worst case scenario, I'll give you the login info. Actually, I'll just do that tomorrow when I.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go chill. I'm gonna call my lady.
All right. Well, have a good night. I'll see you signing off. I'm gonna hang around on stream probably for another couple hours or so. I'll probably go rotate to some RuneScape. I've been playing a lot of RuneScape lately, especially on stream. It's a lot of fun. People yell at me all the time though. Why are you doing this wrong? Why are you doing that wrong? What do you mean you've never done this before? This game's been out for like 20 years.
Dude, RuneScape ruined me.
I love RuneScape. I'm getting right back into it.
Dude, I played it on my phone. Like I was.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, dude, like this looks so fun. And I was getting really excited because you and Ryder were playing it a bunch.
Yeah.
And dude, I got all this cool stuff, and I got fucking robbed. And I just started over, and I'm like, no, fuck that. Like,
because you didn't bank anything, you dumbass.
Well, like I've only been playing the game for like a couple of days, so I hadn't like had time to like learn like. So yeah, I just fucking the guy got me, and I'm like, well, do I just not have anything anymore?
It's a great game. And right now, actually, I'm playing through like the membership stuff, which is stuff that I've never done before. Like I played free to play on that game for like 10 years. I really sucked as much content as I could out of that. I really needed to try something different. So it's been a lot of fun. It's really fun to have people yell at me and stuff like that and guide me along the way. So, all right, I'll let you go for the night. I'm gonna go take a break real quick, on the stream. Switch over to RuneScape, and I will talk to you soon.
Dude, hell yeah! Good night, guys.
Have a good night. Who's gone? Look at me. Me in all my glory. Like it. Good shit. We're balling now. I need to switch up. Where is it? Here. There. Oh, see, now I'm literally the background. Yeah. I see what the problem is. Hang tight. Hang tight. Hang tight. Hang tight. Hang tight. I need to go to the other one. Da 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 da. Oh no. No, it's working. It's working just fine the way that it is. So I don't know. We're balling now. Hey, and I'm back. We're rolling now. We're at the good shit now, boys. Ladies and gentlemen. We're at the good stuff now. Monkey's asleep. You can finally see him in his full glory, laying on the bed. That was a good interview. I mean, I want to say. I don't know if it really was. Oh, shit. I need to actually... I need to... doesn't want to play nice. And it's going to open up on this screen, isn't it? Hang tight. Hang tight. It's going to be annoying. Oh, wow. It showed up on the other screen for once. Cool. Back at it. Really? We're on it now. All right. Switch all our stuff over, yeah? I need to go here, here, here. I need to keep those minimized. And edit info. Oh, yeah. And we're going to move to... Boom. All right. And what we'll do, actually, is we will end it here.